if Errol fight him today, next week, next month, Errol would knock him out.
How good is Terence Crawford?
Terence Crawford is good, but he's not what people make him seem. He's not pound for pound.
But Bud the best fighter in boxing too. Make sure y'all let that be known.
Canelo?
Yeah. Bud the best fighter in boxing. If Canelo is at his weight, I'm telling y'all now, Bud will beat Canelo.
What is the biggest?
He can't beat me.
You see, look at his shoes. His shoes not even tied up.
I'll beat you without shoes.
Oh my God. What is wrong with this man?
Now, what I want to talk about first is I've seen where Terence Crawford got asked who will win between him and Floyd Mayweather. I figured I'd ask you guys that first. Prime for prime, who will win? Floyd Money Mayweather or Terence Bud Crawford, right? Terence Crawford said that he will win that fight, of course. He said he'll pick himself over anybody. He seemed very certain that he would win that fight against Floyd TBE Money Mayweather, right? But what I'm going to talk about in this video is Terence Crawford gives his thoughts on Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin Haney, and of course Shakur Stevenson. And yes, it was on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. And yes, Terence Crawford got asked the question. But before I get to any of that stuff, let's clear up some things. Errol Spence Jr. reacted on Twitter and said this right here. Oscar De La Hoya said, congratulations to Errol Spence for his new manager / advisor. I think he's kind of taking a jab at him, right? The Errol Spence responds by saying, chill, only person managing my boxing career is Al Heyman. Lock, no key, right? So he said he's locked in with Al Heyman. There's no key. There's no way anybody's doing anything between him and Al Heyman. So, yeah. Errol Spence signs with a new management team. This is Adrian Clark guy and Fighters First Management, but he's still working with Al Heyman. As you can see here, the first person that commented, Lady Chan, says, clearly that's not true. You have new management. So a lot of people's going to be, pretty much telling Errol Spence how his career is ran and who's actually running his career. He's telling everybody Al Heyman, but everybody else is going to say otherwise. That's just how it's going to go. But yeah, Shakur Stevenson comes out and says that he doesn't believe that Spence Crawford is a 50-50 clash. He don't believe that it's a 50-50 fight. Some people say, oh, well, Shakur's a little biased. Crawford's like his big brother, whatever, right? But Shakur in the past never seemed to really, truly want to give his pick on this fight. But I think now that it's finally official, that it's finally going down, Shakur Stevenson is riding with Black Crawford. And it says here, let's see what he had to say. Salute the boxing scene. He says, on paper, it's a 50-50 fight. I'm in the gym with Bud. I watch him. I get to watch him in the gym, watch him spar. He looks good. I don't get to see Errol. Errol Spence may be beating the hell out of his sparring partners. Let's see. Bud is a bad MFer. I think Bud is one of the most slept on fighters. At the end of the day, I'm rocking with Bud no matter who he fighting. End quote. So that's what Shakur Stevenson had to say about Terence Crawford and the Errol Spence fight. He's rocking with Bud Crawford. He don't believe it's a 50-50 fight. On paper, it's 50-50. But when they get in the ring, I believe personally that we're going to see something more, a lot different from 50-50.
3 people in the world that I think that could beat Tank. That would be Devin, that would be Shakur, and Tank Davis himself.
You got the last one right. That's the only person that can beat me. Gervonta Davis. That's the only person. Them niggas cannot touch me at all. They all been in the ring with me. They all been in the ring, and I cracked both of them.
But Bud Crawford gets asked about the next 3. And this is what Terence Crawford had to say.
The next 3, Floyd and Roy, my favorite fighters. How you getting hit with them guys, man?
Why did you say Shakur today is your number 1? Give me the game on that.
Shakur? Man, he's just so talented. From the first day I seen that little dude.
And you whooped his ass.
No. He came up to me talking shit.
He told us on the show.
He like, man, I whoop your ass. I'm like, little dude, I'll beat your ass. You better stop playing with me. He like, no. But for real, man, I want you to come and watch me fight. He was like, man, I'm about to win this whole tournament, man. Man, they can't mess with me, man. He was like, watch me. I want you to come and watch me fight. I'm like, all right, little nigga, I'm gonna watch you fight. I'm gonna watch you fight.
You watching?
Yeah, so I'm like, I gotta watch this little dude because he talking stuff. I'm gonna make sure I watch him. You know what I mean? So I goes over there and I'm like, I'm in the corner. You know what I mean? Devin was in that tournament too. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, let me see what this little dude about. He looked at me and he was like, gave me that little nod. I was like, God damn, this little dude cold. He whitewashed everybody, him and Devin. I was like, yeah, them two dudes.
Let me ask you a question now on top of that. In the order you gonna put it, who would beat who? Out of these three, who's beating who?
If you put
Devin?
Shakur in there, Shakur beating everybody, man.
Devin, Tank, Shakur.
I just told you, man. Shakur beating everybody.
All right, but well, between Devin and Tank.
Man, Devin and Tank is a toss-up, man. Now that I had Devin winning, but from last night, how you getting hit with them left hands?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a different type of style, though, too.
It definitely is. You know what I mean? But Tank, one thing I can say about Tank is he's smart. He can box.
Yes.
And he's explosive. So, you know what I mean? I see that being Shakur's toughest fight because of the power. You know what I mean?
Who the most powerful out of them three?
Tank, hands down.
Okay.
Everybody know Tank punching.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm saying skill-wise and in the mind, I don't think neither one of them can outthink Shakur.
Out of them three, what fight would you want to see out of them three?
All of them.
No.
Man, flip a coin.
No, I'm talking about which two out of them three you want to see the most. Now, you got to be
He
one
said
of
pick,
those.
man.
Flip a coin.
No, you got to pick one.
You got to flip a coin.
Pick one.
I can't.
You can't pick one.
They both are all great fights.
I can't.
I don't know, right? Based off what I've seen recently from all three fighters, right? We could say that Devin had the hardest fight against Vasily Lomachenko, but without a question. That was the toughest fight, the most experienced fighter. He fought the toughest guy. Tank Davis, well, let's be real. He had a huge handicap on Ryan Garcia. Not to mention Ryan Garcia wasn't necessarily, I always thought Tank could beat him without the rehydrations and stipulations anyway, but he did it anyway. So I'm looking at Tank like, you know, you beating these guys, you're knocking the guys out, you look really impressive, but there's handicaps, et cetera, when we're talking about these dudes. Shakur Stevenson, he's looking phenomenal in the ring when we see him. He's a 3-division champion. He fought Oscar Valdez, beat him easily. He beat former champion Jamel Herring. He beat Robson Consinkiao. I mean, Shakur Stevenson's resume is pretty solid, right? It's just a matter of him getting the bigger fights at 135 pounds. We're going to see what happens with that, man. If you ask me, I say Shakur Stevenson has the skill set to beat both of those guys. Devin Haney, as of right now, I think he's trailing behind. I think he's third, if you ask me. I think he's third in this little race with Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson. Even though he's the number one guy, he's the undisputed champion. You got a lot of people that say, like most notably Antonio Tarver, who came out and said that Devin Haney, he didn't see undisputed from Devin Haney, right? You got a lot of people coming to Devin Haney telling him that he needs to rematch Vasily Lomachenko. Guys like the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, came out and said that that Devin Haney needs to rematch Vasily Lomachenko, and that's what great fighters do. I mean, you ask a lot of thoroughbred old school dudes, they're saying that Devin Haney needs to rematch Vasily Lomachenko to solidify his greatness and stuff like that. So Devin Haney got some, I don't know, right? I feel like he needs to really go back and kind of right that wrong, even though a lot of people do feel, even though Eddie Hearn, I'm reading this article right here. It says Eddie Hearn has stated that Devin Haney has now identified Regis Prograis as the fight he wants next for the Prograis WBC lightweight world title. Haney called to discuss last week, and Hearn has now said, I believe we can make it happen. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that one. But I don't know, right? Devin Haney, he's moving up to fight Regis Prograis. I wouldn't say that's an easy fight by any means, right? That's a great fight. That's another tough fight. So, yeah, you heard what Terence Crawford had to say. He gave his thoughts. He felt that Shakur Stevenson, he feels that Shakur Stevenson beats everybody.
In the mind, I don't think neither one of them can outthink Shakur.
Out of them three, what fight would you want to see out of them three?
All of them. No. Man, flip. Hey.
You can't pick one.
They both are all great fights.
I can't. You know what I mean? Because Devin's my guy. You know what I mean? Shakur, that's my little brother. You know what I mean? Like, I don't rock with Tank like that, but I respect Tank's skills and, you know what I mean, what he doing in the sport right now. But, you know what I mean? They all talented. They all skillful. They all, you know what I mean, know what they doing in the ring, you know, boxing. But all three of them can box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's not like, let me outbox this dude. You know what I mean? They all got they attributes that suit them the best.
Mm-hmm.
Tank, powerful.
Yes.
He might be shorter than him, but he punch harder than him, and he's more explosive than, you know what I mean, both of them. But like reflexes, Shakur, hands down, reflexes is killer. Now Devin, he's bigger than him. You know what I mean? He's taller, he's longer. You know what I mean? He's good at boxing. He's a boxer. You know what I mean? But like I said, all of them can box too.
Now.
So, yeah. I say that was pretty fair. You know, of course, he's going to be rocking with his little bro, Shakur Stevenson, automatically. I mean, I wouldn't expect nothing less than that. But nonetheless, man, the next three guys we looking forward to seeing. Mix it up, you know. Tank Davis called out Devin Haney. Devin Haney says he believes his cap. He hasn't received a phone call. Now it's looking like Devin Haney's eyeing Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis got a fight coming up this upcoming July. So we're going to see what happens. Shakur Stevenson, he's still kind of just sitting. He's kind of just still sitting on the sidelines waiting. I'm expecting Shakur Stevenson possibly to fight somebody like a Jermaine Ortiz. I think Keyshawn Davis just got his fight announced for July 22nd against a dude named Patera. I'm not sure who that is. We'll have to look more into that. But yeah, you guys, this is his latest boxing news for the day. Shakur Stevenson doesn't believe the Spence Crawford fight is 50-50 as they say. Tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.